Roblox very recently released their new event, the Classic, being Roblox's second official event of the year, and I wanted to get all 3 items and make a video on it. Firstly, I needed to know how it worked. It's like the hunt, but instead of getting accessories based on how many badges you earn Robux currencies. No, not the one you can buy. By completing objectives in the games featured in this event. And for every few Robux tokens, you can buy a free accessory for a certain amount of tokens. And with that out of the way, we can move on to the event itself. Also, I'm only going to be focusing on the Robux currencies because the Tix ones are really tedious to get and would make the video really long. And honestly, I don't see a use for them as you can only get stuff within the Classic Hub for Tix. Okay, let's get into the video. I started by completing the few obbies in the event hub to earn 3 currencies, and I skipped the buried treasure one because that one is really tedious. Oh, did I mention that you don't have to complete every game objective to get all the avatar items? Yeah, I originally thought that I had to complete every single game to get the accessories, but later on I realized that you actually don't, which is a huge time saver and allowed me to essentially handpick the games that I wanted to do. I joined each game to find which objective was the easiest and which was the hardest and picked out each game. Starting strong with Tower Defense Simulator, which has a custom limited time game mode where completing it gives all 5 Robux currencies, except it's organized into missions, spanning from 1 to 5 with 5 obviously being the hardest. However, you can still easily do this as the community for this game really likes to make strategies that basically guarantees you to win if you follow the steps. I recommend doing the first 4 as the 5th one in my opinion has a very large difficulty gap compared to the previous, which may be an obstacle for newer players. Additionally, this Roblox Classic event in my opinion is one of the best, as it literally has custom missions with each mission having its own unique map and interesting enemies. Also, it has this cute guest scout skin, which honestly is the best part of this event. Anyways, on to the next game, Blade Ball. I am sort of mixed on this one. I really like the boss fight, it's really cool and classic themed while still maintaining the core gameplay. However, there's just one thing. That's not really how you earn the Robux currencies in this game. You earn it through these rather time-consuming objectives that give you XP towards a battle pass type progression system, with each milestone giving you 1 Robux token. Also, it takes multiple sessions to rank up once and they get harder as you progress, which kinda sucks, not gonna lie. Anyways, on to the next. Bee Swarm Simulator, in my opinion, is one of my favorites, as it's essentially a classic zombie survival tycoon game with bricks being the currency, where you buy weapons and bees to kill the zombies and slimes. However, my one grudge is that it requires at least 1 person to be really high level in the game, making it much harder for newer players to actually get all 5 Robux tokens. I recommend server hopping until you come across a high level player. Also tip, use the trowel to build walls to delay the enemies from getting to your base. This game honestly had a great minigame and is in the top 5 for me. On to the 3rd, 4th game, I'm already sorta losing track. Bedwars' event mission is kinda cool. You're put on a classic themed map and have to survive against waves of these cute looking penguins. This is a really hard one, at least for me because I suck at this game, but you can get all 5 Robux tokens by surviving until wave 10. Not much else to say. Now for another one of my favorites from this event, Arsenal. In this game's mission, you use classic themed guns to kill defenseless noobs, and occasionally ones that have guns, but it's mostly just mowing down defenseless noobs. You get 1 token for beating it, and the rest are gotten from doing certain challenges, like beating the mission in under 15 minutes or using only the classic pistol to beat it. With friends, this is pretty easy, but I soloed it because I don't have any friends.
What the Sigma?
Next up is Dragon World. It's more of just Blade Ball, but without the boss fight. It's just tedious. You find these eggs in different dimensions and do quests. Honestly, I don't really recommend you do this unless you're trying to completely beat the event, which if you are, more power to you. Next up is Restaurant Tycoon 2, which is more of an AFK simulator rather than an actual mission. You need to serve 150 of these classic-styled customers, which literally takes forever. But the designs are cool, so I'll go over them real quick. There's this vault guy, this guy with the top hat and a goofy face, this orange dude with a crown, Builder Man, he looks like he's seen Vietnam War flashbacks, this traffic cone guy with cool shades, this doom bucket guy, this yellow guy, he actually looks really clean. Then there's Jane Doe, there's the Roblox guest, and a guy with a sword stuck in his head. I don't know, I think he should go see a doctor, just me though. Anyways, this one just lacks creativity, but the classic styled customers make up for it, maybe? I don't know, honestly. Now it's Driving Empire, and it's not really something I'm fond of. It uses a battle pass progression system like Blade Ball and is just as, if not more, grindy. You have to grind races or be a taxi, and you need 500 XP to get all 5 Robux tokens, which can take a while. However, you can also get 1 XP for every minute you play, so I just get an auto clicker and leave it on overnight. You can also buy a 2 times XP game pass for 45 Robux, which is honestly really pay to win. Anyways, on to the next game.
Huh?
Dress to Impress's mission is okay. You have to find 10 ticks around the map first, which can take a while but is relatively easy with a few Google searches or just a YouTube video. Then you need to do a painfully long obby where the ladders are completely broken. I don't know if it's patched now, but when I did it, your character literally cannot get a grip on the ladders, but you can still climb it by hanging on the corner of each ladder. And as for those really small bricks, just go in first person. It makes it a whole lot easier. Now for, I lost track, Livetopia? Yeah, this mission is pretty easy to do actually. You have a shopping cart and have to find items, then deliver them to a certain point on the map. It's a little difficult to find the items, but by the second run you should have the entire store memorized, so it'll get faster as you progress. Anyways, for every 3 runs you get 1 Robux token, so you'll have to do 15 runs in total. It's more repetitive than anything else. On to the next. Gunfight Arena's mission is sorta tedious. You have to find 10 ticks throughout different maps to unlock 5 guns, each having quests for you to eliminate a certain amount of other players with that certain weapon. It's really tedious, but you can speed it up by a ton by server hopping until you find a bot lobby, where all the enemies are literally AI robots that are really bad at the game. Anyways, that's pretty much it.
Yo!
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no clue what to do for this mission. Like, the NPC says to take care of the pet's needs, but I have no idea how to actually do that, as I literally never play this game. Forgive me. Yeah, I have no idea how to do this either, and I don't really think I want to do it either, as this is literally TikTok but in Roblox, and I'm not exactly fond of the stuff in this game. On to the next. Last but not least, we have a Dusty Trip. Yeah, this is one of, if not the best mission in this entire event in my opinion. The main objective is to reach 2,000 meters in length, and along the way there are a lot of cool buildings which you can loot, and there's also zombies that you can kill with a gun, which is really fun. At the end, you're faced with 5 of these killbots, which are actually really easy, not gonna lie. They can't damage you, to my knowledge, and you can get 1 token per run. This is definitely my favorite. It keeps the core gameplay of the game while having a classic theme to it.
Help me!
When you complete this event, you get 4 free items: the Agonizingly Happy Bucket, the Cleus Erebus, the Embryon Ring of Awesomeness, I don't know how to pronounce that, and the Ancient Deity Shawl. My personal favorite is the Cleus Erebus, simply because I think it looks the smoothest, with the Embryon Ring of Awesomeness being number 2, and the Agonizingly Happy Bucket being 3rd, and the Ancient Deity Shawl being last. This is just my opinion though, and if your list is different, tell me in the comments. Overall, this event definitely wasn't the greatest, but it was a step up from the previous. It had tons of flaws, such as the games not exactly being considered classic, as well as some of them having just lazy objectives. But right now, we want progress, not perfection. Just keep that in mind before calling the event complete garbage. Anyhow, that'll do it for this video. I hope it entertained you, and if it did, consider supporting me by simply pressing the like button.